Hello and welcome to another computer science tutorial. In this short video, we'll be talking about arithmetic operators. You have an assignment in Microsoft Teams about this subject. So let's get to it. Alright, so right here, we have the instructions. I'm already in IntelliJ, and these are the instructions. This is in a comment box, okay? So right here, I'm going to start by following the first instruction, which would be to create a variable, an integer in this case, named result, and it has to be equal to the sum of 1 and 2. So we're going to go straight over here. This is the beginning of the method, and we are going to initialize result. Int for integer, result, which is the name of the variable, is going to be equal to 1 plus 2. The sum of 1 and 2. You see over here? Alright, so right now, result equals 1 plus 2, which is how much? 3. Yes. Okay, so we're going to print out the result of that equation, in other words, result, in this format. 1 plus 2 equals 3. Alright, so let's get to it. So system out print, this is the command that we give IntelliJ, that we give in Java in order to print out anything that we want displayed. So we need the quotation marks for the text and semicolon to underline, okay? Everything that's inside the parenthesis is what's going to be printed out. So it's going to be the equation 1 plus 2 equals, and then over here I use concatenation with the word result. Right there. So since this is a variable and we want the number, we don't want the text result like this. This would show the text result. We don't want that. We want the value of the variable result. So that's why we put concatenate a variable right here. So now if we put play, if we run it, this is what's going to happen. Right here in the bottom, as you can see, we have 1 plus 2 equals 3. Alright, so we good up to now. So remember that the text does not in any way modify the variable. The variable is already established over here. So if we say 1 plus 4 in text, and the result is still 1 plus 2, the output is going to be this. 1 plus 4 equals 3, which is false. That is not true. But this is what it's going to display if you put it wrong here in the text, or vice versa. If you put 1 plus 2 here, but you put 1 plus 3 here, it's going to be wrong as well. So now that we have that, we've already made the first one. Now we're going to go to the second one. Let the result be equal to itself minus 1. And we have to print it out in the same format. In this case, we're going to be using the minus operator, the subtraction operator, which is this one. Over here on top, we use the sum operator. These are the arithmetic operators for sum, subtraction, multiplication, division, again sum over here, and this is for the remainder, which I'll explain briefly when we get to that point. Alright, so now if we go over to the second part of the instructions, it says that let the result be equal to itself minus 1. Print out the result, the equation with the result, print it out. Okay, so right now we're going to create a whole new variable, which is going to be to store the initial result, the initial value of result, which right now is 3, would be result. Okay, so initial result is now equal to the actual value of result. ¿Está bien? So result equals 3, and now initial result is also equal to 3 because it is equal to result. Now, what we're going to do is modify the variable result. We're going to say that result is equal to itself minus 1. So result equals result minus 1. Here, what we are doing is we are modifying the value of result. But there is a shorter way of doing this. So if we are going to use the same variable inside an equation to update it, what we do is simply put minus equal or plus equal or multiplication equal or divide equal by the number that's going to be subtracted, added, divided, or multiplied. Okay? So here we go. Here we have result equals result minus 1. The same thing, just in shorter words. Alright? So now we're gonna print out system. I have a shortcut right here as out, which is the same thing for system out print line. It's a shortcut that we have in IntelliJ. Alright? So here we are going to print out the actual equation with the new result. So over here we have initial result, which was 3, right? And since we haven't changed this one, we only changed result afterwards over here, this one is still equal to 3. So let's put, we're going to display initial result and concatenate it with the rest of the equation, which is plus, minus 1 right here, right? This one, let it be equal to itself minus 1 and print it out. So right here, and then that will equal and concatenate together with the new value of result. There we go. So why does it say error? Well, simple. Because initial result has not been initialized. You see, if I put over here, it says cannot resolve symbol initial result. Create local variable. But I created it, didn't I? Well, the thing is, because I made a typo. So now it recognizes the variable. So let's see how this runs. We have already 1 plus 2 equals 3 right here. This is the first block. And then we have 3, we create the variable initial result, and that would equal the previous value of result. And now we have 3, which is the initial result, minus 1 in text, and over here in the equation, equals result, which is here. We've given the value to result here before we print it out, because if not, then it wouldn't recognize that that change was made. Alright? Remember, the program works from top to bottom in a linear way. It's steps. You cannot reach the second floor without first taking the stairs or the elevator. But you have to go step by step. If you get in an elevator, you have to press the button, you have to wait until the door closes, and then it opens again after it goes up, right? So there's a process to everything. In the same way, there are steps here in a program. If you don't create the variable, result will not exist. Okay, so now, we are gonna update the initial result value into this one. Alright, so right now, initial result, notice that I am not initializing it again. I am not saying int initial result as an integer, because the program, it already exists in the program, so we don't need to say it again. So over here, this is saying, so initial result will equal the updated value of result. And now we go ahead and do the third block. So go ahead and pause this video and try doing the rest by yourself. Remember that you have the operator that you need to do here, and the instructions are right here, the values that you need to multiply by or divide by or add by. Okay, so try doing that and run it, see if it works. After you do it, then come back to the video and see if you missed something. Alright, okay, I hope you did that. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go real quick through the rest because we want to keep this video short, and it's already about 10 minutes. So now, we have result will be multiplied by itself times 8, times 2, and then we are going to print out the equation plus the result. And then we update initial result to the new value of result. And since I already know that it has no errors or anything, let's just keep going. You should try it out each time that you make a line, each time that you make a small block or something, just to check that there are no errors in there. Because if you wait too long, then you might find that you're working errors on top of errors on top of errors. So now the next one would be division. Divided by itself, will equal itself divided by 2. There we go. And same thing here. And initial result plus concatenation, right? Oh my god, too many quotation marks. Divided by 2 will equal plus result. And then we have initial result. We update the value of result of initial result. There we go. Bum bum. And now for the last part, which is the remainder. So find the remainder when the result is divided by 7. So guys, the remainder is just what's left over after a division. So for example, I'm going to put paint real quick right here. So paint. Let's say you have a small division of 7 and 10. So over here you have a remainder of 3. How do I know that? Well, when we divide 7 over 10, we can say that 7 fits 1 time in 10, right? So 7 times 1 is 7. We subtract that and we get 3. This over here is the remainder. You've probably seen this in math class with Echevarria, right? So that's what you get when you use the operator for remainder, which is this one. Result, find the remainder of result divided by 7. There we go. That's here in the instructions. Find the remainder when the result is divided by 7 and use the percentage operator. Remainder is the leftover from a division. There we go. So now let's print that out. Wepa. Equals result. And done. Wepa. And done. And after that, we're done. Let's run it, see if it works. Ta-da! There we have the output. And everything is working fine. So if right here we have yeah, precisely. There we go. That is basically it. If anything, remember that you can email me, send me an email through Outlook, or call me through Teams if you have any questions or doubts. I hope this video was helpful for all of you, and happy programming.